Hello! Hi, I'm Jerry, and welcome to my channel. JC Seiji is its name. And JC, of course, is for my name. My name is Jerry Copeland. The Seiji is the first name of really my first real friend I had. He was of Japanese ancestry, and where I met him was a very interesting place. Must have been maybe 7 or 8 years old, seven maybe, at a hospital in Santa Barbara, California, called General Hospital. And I was in there for an operation because that's Santa Barbara is south of here, southeast, a little over around 100 miles southeast. When I was born with a severe cleft palate. Uh, Essentially, it was my two front teeth were just hanging there, and there wasn't much left. There wasn't nothing in my upper palate, and my sinuses were probably I don't know how bad off they were, but it wasn't all fused together like it should be. And so I went through a series of operations from the day I was born until I don't know how old I was. At some point in time, maybe 12, 13, my mother said I told him I was tired of going to I was going to hospital every summer uh, to get an operation where I would be in there for a week or 2 weeks. I think once or twice, maybe longer. And I told him I'm tired of doing this. And the operation wasn't really, I think, important because it was like almost getting near the end of what a doctor had planned to do for me was a cosmetic surgery. I said, nope, no more. I don't want to do this anymore. And she said, okay. And so that was the end. I'm glad of that. Well, well, uh, well, in that back when I was about 7 years old, I met this young boy was in the same ward I was in the hospital. It was upstairs, in the children's section. And that's where we first met. I couldn't believe it. We were both from the same town, which is unbelievable. And so, anyhow, that's why uh, he was suffering from muscular dystrophy. And he was always, he never had the use of his legs for his whole life. And he was strong and challenging, and he persisted, and he managed to live successfully in life. Uh, and he had a car, and he had jobs, and he worked, and he did all right for himself. It just goes to show you that uh, despite the challenges he had to face, that he was able to make a life for himself. And so I'm proud to have had him as a friend. Okay, well, so that's another story. But what this is about is uh, I on my last video I posted up some Christmas cards. And back in 1992, I just happened to get this one card. In the envelope, it says it was the White House. And I said, what is this? So I opened it up. It was a Christmas card. Now, I wasn't really expecting anything like that because those things are only given out to whoever gets on the list. And so I ain't say, you know, I was sending letters, basically just letters to the White House, expressing my opinion or my support, whatever. I can't remember all the stuff that I was involved in. Uh, but what I decided to do, a rural made a comment on that video about that card, how I got it. So I left a pretty extensive comment regarding that. But I decided after thinking about this over, I want to show you some more of the stuff that I got when I was politically active. I'm not really politically active anymore, except I do contact the president from time to time. The White House is on the internet, and they have a place where you can leave your comments if you want to. Okay, and I kind of believe that it's important to maintain contact with a man who's carrying the responsibility for the nation and probably the world as well, since American policy internationally makes a significant bearing on the life of just about everybody on this planet. And so I think it's our responsibility as citizens to ensure that we show support for the president, even though we may disagree with what he's doing. There is an exception. There's one exception I think of, but I don't want to discuss that person because it's too controversial, and you put a shadow over the entire issue. What constitutes a person who is president? Okay, in my mind, I have my own opinions, and that's another story. But what I want to do is show you a very rough timeline of some of the stuff that I received as I interacted with the White House and the associated, I guess it was the Republican Party at the time. See, it's really weird because when I registered to vote a long time ago, I registered as a Democrat, and basically I'm kind of like a Southern Democrat, conservative Democrat. Okay, so anyhow, but that's another story too. And so let me just show you. When it first got started, I mentioned in my comment to Black Royal that I had sent George W.H. Bush a letter of congratulations when he won the first election to his place in Texas. He was the governor of Texas at the time, and so what I got back later on was completely unexpected. I wasn't really expecting any comments or nothing. But this is really what got me started on interacting. And let's see, I have it here. Okay. It's this thing here. Now, this was, if you can see the date, 1988, Washington, D.C., which it says. And it says, dear friend, okay? Now, also notice the alert address is a label. So, what this means that this was a generalized card that a president printed out, or he typed that out. He actually signed it. That's his real signature, okay? But he typed it out and probably had these printed out, a whole bunch of these printed out, and he went through and signed each one of them. Well, and somebody else put an address label. He had a list of addresses that they're going to mail this to, on all the people who, show support for him. And so this is our first contact. Here, let me show you what that thing said. Okay. And here's the other side. And that's him. Fine. Now, that was a thing that got me really started. Right there. When I got that, I said, wow. I think this is really cool. It's pretty cool. And I didn't think that Well, I just want to say, hey, I like what he said in reference to what his positions were at the time. I can't recall what they were, but I didn't really care about his opposition. Okay, so, and, but, so I got me started, and so I started interacting. Okay, so next thing, eventually what I got in 1991, okay, this thing came to me. And this was really fantastic. I couldn't believe it. I said, wow, this is really fantastic. I wish I could have done something at that time, but I couldn't because, one, I'm working. I'm working with my parents, and my dad was paralyzed from the navel down. So when he had started back in 1957, he had started accounting and income tax preparation service. And so, but in what was that? I can't remember. 71, I think. He got this large client, and so he wanted my brother to come and work for him. And my brother, he didn't really want to do that kind of work. And I helped my father back in, let's say 1957, I think it was. That's when he set up his business in this town. This town is where I was born. I've lived in this town most of my life. So this is, and 1957 when he was setting up he tried to set up a one entry bookkeeping system. Okay, and I helped him in creating that system. He was a freshman in high school. So I helped him with his creating that system. So I knew a lot about it. Plus, I worked with him during the summers at his office. Okay, so at the time I was looking for a job because the job I had in Santa Barbara was growing plants. I like growing plants, but the agriculture jobs don't pay nothing. Cost of living was going up. I couldn't afford to buy the food I was eating before. And so I said, man, this is going nowhere fast. And so I started looking for a job. And I almost got one up in Half Moon Bay, working for a large plant operation. But other than that, it was hard to find a job in that field of endeavor. So I didn't really know my dad was looking for help. And so I told him my situation, and he asked me if I would work for him. And so I said, okay. Didn't really want to, because I'd rather grow plants, actually, at the time. But it was a godsend in a way because it gave me the experience and knowledge of what I have now today, so I can operate this machine that I'm looking at you through. Okay, and I help program it and all kinds of other stuff. So, and anyhow, so at the time I was committed to helping them, and I didn't have the resources to be running off to Washington, D.C. to meet the president. And I said, well, it's a great opportunity, but I just can't do it. I was needed there. I was doing work that required me to be there every day of the week. And I had commitments. I was doing a lot. I was writing a bunch of payroll checks for. We have in this valley a bunch of grapes. Now, we had one client we had was a man who ran all the crews for all the grape growers in the valley. And so I cut payroll checks for all those people. And so that means that I wasn't going anywhere, really. And that means in this valley and down south and up north, okay? Well, anyhow, that's another story too. But in the process, I maintained contact with the White House. And in doing so, I had all kinds of interesting situations, and I got involved in something called this thing here. It says the Republican Presidential Task Force, okay? And I got this thing from them. This at the time, I don't know how many of you guys are still alive. Mr. Dole just died just last month, I think it was, or this month. And but these were notable Republican politicians of the day. This is, I guess, 92, and 93, 94. And got the signature too. See, this really blew my mind. Get this. And because they were just important and notable people. And so I said, wow, this is really something else. I can't really believe where all that is going. And it just one thing led to the other until I got this. They had their convention down in Houston, Texas in 1992, and I got this sent to me. Some memorabilia from it, pictures, photographic memories. Here's what it said. Okay, here's what I got. Here's convincing. Here he is, addressing the convincing. There's that. Oh, there's him and his wife. There they are again. There's her. Dan Quells. Of course, Ronald Reagan. And so that was really cool. I really like that too. And then after that, off and on, I was sending my feelings about certain issues that arose during the time of his term in office, and he would send back letters addressed to me, and he just have, I think, these were basically pre-printed forms, but at least he took the time to send these to me. Well, it's like these little things. It's really interesting. You can see what it says there. I think it's readable. But they were both signed, and I think they just use these to give thanks to those who show support. Okay? Hold that if you want to. And another one I got, and this was actually typed. My address is actually typed on the envelope, not a sticker label. So I have a feeling that somebody typed it on there for him, or he may have done it himself. He was known for typing out his own letters and all that other stuff. That was common knowledge. And this is one I got. I don't know. Because what makes it really unusual is the fact that he didn't have to use a stamp. President of the United States doesn't have to use a stamp. He just writes his name on there. Right. And there's the address where it came from, the location. Okay. And that's what he sent me. Okay. And out on the I think is off at convention, but I don't know. I can't remember. This is a picture I have behind me that I referred to. There it is. Well, he's young there. Well, I like this picture. Him and his wife. And I got a few others. A couple more I'll share with you that are, I think, really important, and I kind of like you to see them. And this is also from the Republican Presidential Task Force. Getting that sticker right there. I don't know if it's readable or not, but this one here. This is the 4 living Republican presidents or former presidents at the time. And that came after when Ronald Reagan was in office, right? I, I, I thought that was really cool, very nice. And the last one I'll say, now, I ain't write as much to Mr. Reagan as I did to Mr. Bush, because I personally, Mr. Bush was a man to me, okay? But I did maintain contact, and I did write whatever I wrote. I don't remember. I don't even know how I even have copies of any of the letters I sent now. I probably don't. Well, anyhow, this is the last one I'll show you. This thing from Reagan. Okay. Happy birthday. Alright. Now, he didn't live that far away. He just lived down, maybe about 75 miles down Highway 101 in the hills above a place called Refugio. Okay. There was a part up in there. You may have seen that. But, what can I say? Those are just some of the things I got in the process of interacting with the political world that I got involved with, okay? And the point is, I think that each and every one of us have that opportunity to reach out, express what we want, feel, or believe about the issues of the time. And I think it's really, I think it's a responsibility we need to make use of, because I kind of go on the basis of this is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Not of a politician, for the politician, or by the politician. That's a danger that I think we have seen arose in recent history, that it's not about the man in the office, it's about the office. And it's about responsibility that politicians need to keep in mind, is that they aren't there to further their guests. They're there by the will and hope of the people. And we are the government, okay? That's what politicians realize. They aren't the government. We are the government. And so I guess that's my little word of insight. And I want to share all this with you because the way Black Row stated a comment made me wonder that maybe I need to do something like this. And so you all have that opportunity to make your voices known. White House. Google it, whitehouse.com, whatever, and there's a place where you can actually make contact and leave a message. Okay? So, check that out if you feel so inclined. No matter, as long as it's reasonable, as long as it's well written, as long as you're not saying some crazy things, which I think most of the people on YouTube are not nuts, even though some people may look at me and think I'm kind of wet out, and I've been ridiculed for some old dude playing with toys. Hey, look, he's still playing with toys, right? No, which is, of course, I deleted that post. So that's what happens. One good thing about it, geek, right? I don't have to tolerate somebody's nonsense or put down, what have you. And so, anyhow, so by what I'm showing you, I want to encourage you to have hope. and believe in yourself and what your opinion, and whether it's right or wrong by values or standards of others, it doesn't matter. If you're happy with the way you feel about the way you see the world, and you feel that that comment or that attitude or that perspective can be of value to the nation, make a contact. And through your representatives, which you can find online. Just Google the name, or directly to the White House. So, be it as it may, this has gone almost half an hour. That's all I have to say. Again, happy holidays. Until later.